house at the end of Hollow Street came alive. The place had been abandoned for years, its roof sagging, windows cracked, the yard overrun with weeds. But everyone in town knew the legend that on October 31st, a witch returned to claim anyone foolish enough to look into her window. Emma and her friends laughed about it at first. Dares always seemed harmless when the streets were full of kids in costumes. But as the night grew later, the crowds thinned and the glow of carved pumpkins faded. They found themselves standing before the broken gate of the Hollow Street house. The air was colder here, unnaturally still. A single candle flickered in an upstairs window, though no one had lived there for decades.
Witches aren't real,
one of the boys whispered.
but his voice shook.
Emma stepped closer, drawn by the glow. Through the cracked glass, she saw a figure, tall, draped in black with hair like tangled smoke. The witch's face was pale, almost skeletal. Her eyes dark pits that seemed to sink forever. Slowly, she lifted a hand and pointed directly at Emma. The others begged her to leave, but Emma couldn't move. The candlelight flared, filling the room with shadows that writhed and stretched. The witch's mouth moved silently, and then a whisper drifted through the night air.
Come inside.
The front door groaned open by itself. The smell of rotten herbs spilled out thick enough to sting Emma's eyes. She felt herself pulled forward, each step heavier than the last. The others ran, their footsteps fading into the distance. But Emma was already at the threshold.
Inside, the house was colder still. Dried bundles of roots and bones hung from the ceiling. A circle was carved into the floor, filled with melted wax and stains that looked too dark to be candle drippings. The witch stood at the center, her eyes glowing faintly as she raised her hand again.
One must stay, she whispered. The house must feed.
Emma's scream never left her throat. The candle in the window flared once more and then went out.
The next morning, the house looked as it always did. Silent, broken, empty. But when neighbors passed, they swore they saw a new shadow in the upstairs window.
A young girl's face, pale and staring, trapped forever behind the glass.